Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah, and I am super excited to have you here with us today. And my guest, Miss TONYA Ferguson, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to have you here for the first time.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
And we are here tonight for Let's Talk About It. We have a great topic that we will be sharing, but I want to thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate all of the prayers that you provide for Build Your Best Life, all of the likes, comments, and shares. Without you, we would not be here. So thank you so much. And again, we are talking about our Let's Talk About It segment today. So first of all, we want to hear from our guest, TONYA. So please tell everyone about yourself, your blueprint for success, and what you love to do.
Absolutely. Well, as she said, my name is Tanya. I am a mother of two wonderful human beings, two boys that I'm raising to be two wonderful men. I work in the healthcare field as well as the founder and owner of Disc Dance, a performing arts company where we travel throughout Ohio and even internationally to perform and give back to the love of art.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you know, here at Build Your Best Life, our niche is young men. So we'll be talking a lot more. But again, good evening, Deacon Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. But again, today on Let's Talk About It, our topic is what motivates you to work hard. You know, you can go about your day doing a lot of things over and over and over and sweating and just wasted at the end of the day. But did you really get a lot done? What were you doing? Were you just spinning your wheels, or were you really concentrating and working on doing a job that was pleasing to you and something that you were going to get a high achieving quality out of it? So were you motivated to do that because it's something that you love to do? You know, you're helping someone. Are you a bigger part of the big picture in a corporation, your own business, or what have you. So, what motivates you to work hard? That's what we're going to be talking about today. What do you think about that, Tanya?
Um, what motivates in general? What motivates to work hard? I think it kind of just depends on who you are as a person. I think for me, I know what I do and what I present to the world in general is the only representation of me. And I want to contribute to those that are in my sphere of influence. So just making sure that I'm really good at the craft that I have chosen to walk in, or whatever role I may play in life, just to be really dedicated to that thing so that I can really flourish in it and develop to its true capacity.
Awesome. I love it. Well, having the tools to assist in working hard while enjoying the journey is essential. So, your toolkit, you should always have a toolkit regardless of what you're doing. So, today we're going to tell you some things to put in your toolkit that will help you as you are motivated to work hard. And I'm going to start with tool number one, and that is your blueprint for success. Your blueprint for success are your goals. So if you're going on a journey in life, you're going to need a map. I don't care where you're trying to go, how you're trying to get there, you need that blueprint for success because it's going to either be your purpose, your passion, your goal, or what motivates you. So you need to ask yourself a couple things before you even get started. Did you stop to pray about it? Are you generating a blueprint for success just because you heard somebody else say that's the thing to do now? That's what social media is saying that you need to be involved in. You've seen some people be successful at it. Is it the purpose that God has given you? So that's what you need to think about first and foremost. But then once you start putting that plan together, it does need to be detailed. And I know all know about been following us. You all know about the SMART goals. So you want it to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and be time based. So when you say it, people are going to hear you say it, and so then they're going to kind of make you accountable because you said, what you're going to do, how you're going to get there, how long it's going to take you, all these things. So they're going to help you stay accountable. Believe me. And then you need manageable steps. You ever heard someone say, "How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time." Elephant's huge. So when you put your goals together, your purpose in life, Dan, one of the things you need to do is that your steps are manageable. So if you're going on a trip of a lifetime, what would you do? You would ensure that you have everything you need. And if it's a lifetime, I'm sure you're not going to another city, another state. You're probably going to another country. You want to make sure your passport, you got all the details of the trip. Is it going to be a different language? Is it different money? Uh, you got your credit card. You have any medications that you might need, the right type of clothing, any of the essentials, snacks, and any information that's relative to that trip. You're going to want to have it, right? So you will do everything to ensure that that trip is 5 star. So it's the same thing that you want to do with your purpose in life is have those detailed steps and that blueprint for success to make sure that when you put in the work, it's what you want to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Those are, like you said, just the steps to kind of think about and get you to where you're trying to go, rather than just walking blindly. You're planning for your success essentially, when you have that blueprint. Something else that I think about, is kind of intentionality or credibility. Um, when I think of those things, to me, the credibility or intentionality is um, kind of lets you know you're going somewhere specifically, like you are purpose with the plan and you're moving forward with the intent of accomplishing that plan. So you're not moving, kind of like what you said with the blueprint, you're not moving haphazardly, you're not moving by mistake. It is on purpose and with a goal that you're moving. So you're going to align those steps with it. So that could mean, kind of again with the blueprint, picking out specific things that'll help you walk that. So, for instance, I know with me and my business, I was very intentional with what I wanted to look like and what I wanted it to represent. So I gave it the name Distinguished Dance because I do want it to be set apart in my mind for its purpose and its calling. So even down to the name of the business that I established was very intentional. I think under kind of that same umbrella, again, talking about the combination of intentionality and credibility, with all of that, it sets an atmosphere for you to be trustworthy in your craft or trustworthy in what you're doing. You want people to understand when they see you and they know you that they are going to get exactly what you promised them or exactly what you're going to deliver. So, for instance, in the hospital setting, I have patients that come to me or that I work with that know the knowledge and the experience that I bring is 100% validated, and they're going to get the care that they need. In the dance world, my patients, or I'm sorry, my students know that when they come to me, they're going to get the quality, they're going to get the movement, they're going to get the choreography, and they're going to flourish as students. So I think all of that goes into building your credibility. And in order to obtain that, you have to put in the hard work behind the scenes so that in front it's able to be seen what you're doing. And I think that all goes to the credibility, that goes to your motivation, that goes to your influence. I always say, like, your sphere of influence allows you that opportunity when you are really credible, and it opens up doors when people know that you're credible in what you do and say and how you move in your sphere of influence.
Good. I love it. And I think, credibility is so one of those things that are really, really important. So that's great. And if you just joined us, we are talking about what motivates you to work hard. And I know some people thinking, work hard? I don't want to work hard. But if you're doing something that you love to do, I mean, that's your purpose. You want to work hard. You want to make sure that you get things done that you're trying to accomplish. It's good quality work. It's done timely. So yes, you want to do it. And as Tanya was mentioning before, that intentionality. So you intentional about doing things, but then you want to be motivated to work hard, having that mindset that this is something I said I'm going to do, so I'm going to make sure that it gets done, regardless of what I need to do. So, do I need to ensure that my problem solving skills are on top? I'm being creative. I don't want to just do what the textbooks say or the help books say or what someone tells me. I want to get in there and do the work to see, hey, is it something that I can improve upon? So you got to be creative as well. And when you're intentional about something and you care about what you're doing, you're going to try to be on time. So you may say, well, as long as I get it done, what difference does it make? But does it have a time frame to it? Is someone else depending on your end product before they can start their product? That makes a difference. So punctuality can be a strong suit when you are working and you're motivated. Strong communication skills, that's a big one. We may be saying the same thing, but we say it differently using different words. Depending on the city you're in, people will say they don't understand what you're saying, even though they do. Or they'll just look at you, and then your counterpart may say the exact same thing, and then, oh, yes, that's a great idea. So you want to make sure that you're on top of and know that you're communicating exactly what it is that you mean, you believe in, that you're working towards, regardless of how someone else may react to that. And believe it or not, your intentionality does improve your commitment.
Yes, absolutely. When you were speaking of saying the same thing, but just in a different way, it reminded me, like, even in my, family unit, my mother and I will often talk circles around each other because we're saying the exact same thing in a different way, and we're just not clicking. So, yeah, exactly. You do, want to be intentional with your communication and just making sure that each party kind of understands. So absolutely, that was a good point. Um,
Right.
Another thing you want to consider in working hard is your work ethic. And what to have a strong work ethic means essentially you're consistent, and I think that still goes back to your credibility. You're consistent in your effort, um, meaning that you don't just do something when you feel like doing something, but you do it because you want to show up and give your best every single day. And that kind of leads into a discipline and accountability under the umbrella of good work ethic. Um, to get up and consistently show up and consistently put your best foot forward and consistently do something that is hard, whether it's easy or hard, but just to be consistent does require you to be disciplined and consistently do what's necessary. It does require you to be accountable to not only those that you may be working with, but to yourself. And I think that's a big one, just to be able to be accountable to yourself. And I use product loosely, but I think on as a whole, we as people are giving a product to the world, whether
Mhm.
how we interact with people, whether it's our jobs, whether it's our relationships. We're an easy way to put it in my head is just saying a product. So you essentially are offering something to the world, and you want to make sure that you are consistent and disciplined and accountable to what you as an individual are offering. So I think all of that comes into play when you're thinking about working hard. Um, are you putting in the work? And that's part of the work ethic.
Excellent. Yes, work ethics, if you like me, you it's nothing like being on a job and you're motivated to work hard, but your counterpart is like not so much, and they put extra work on you, so it makes you appreciate work ethics much, much more.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've all had, unfortunately, all had that kind of experience, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you for tuning in. Uh, and then we want to talk about resilience. I think resilience should definitely be in your toolkit. Resilience will help you improve your motivation to work hard. You will be ready to bounce back because you know that regardless of what you're doing, how prepared you are, and all of that stuff, things happen. Life happens. So if you're going to get stressed out and just lose it, have a meltdown every time something goes wrong, you are in trouble. So you need to have that resilience in your toolbox. It's going to help you to be able to learn how to stop, take a breath, and maybe count. Like I tell my 4-year-old grandson, I say, son, when you get just think about Nana, take a breath, count to 10. So it will help you with that stress. It will help you to be more flexible. And things happen. You kind of take that and think about it. That's putting a kink in what I'm trying to do. But it should also help you, giving you maybe something else to put in your toolkit. That helped me because it made me think about something else. I'm always thinking about myself and what I need to do. But people have to go through life situations just like I do. So it was life that made that person do whatever. And so I have to be willing, flexible enough to understand that. And it's going to only help me in the future. Uh, be aware of who, what, and why. You know, what's going on, why it's going on at this particular time, and who is it? Think about it. That'll just help you. Uh, and when again things go wrong, stop problem solving. Take the time to problem solve. You know, you don't have to speak fast and just be all over the place. You know, okay, that's not exactly the way this process was going to work. Let us stop a minute and then think about how we can get this back on track. So then you're giving you an opportunity to breathe, but also someone else may have an idea. And so you say it's going to give us, then they may say, hey, did you think about? So then you got some, which is going to be, again, help you with that resilience. And Galatians 6 and 9 says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in season we will reap, we faint not. So take that breather, bring it back in, be flexible, and we can get it done. So knowing you will not get weary in well doing, you can still stay motivated and get it done.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really great point. Excuse me. Um, because when we're trying to do something and we're trying to grow, oftentimes that's when we find the bumps in the road, right? And that's when we do find our most growth is when we're taking a step back, being self-aware and learning exactly like you just said, and that builds the resilience that is necessary to keep moving forward. So I love that point. That was really good. Another factor, which we've kind of talked about a little bit, or I have, is discipline. I think this is like the biggest part. Everything can fall underneath this umbrella. And for me, at least, and this is one of the areas that I am still growing in and have lots of room for growth, but we're still growing. Um, and with discipline, I kind of think about it as in it's kind of the backbone of everything to do the think about it, to do the the plan that you talked about initially, to have that resilience, to do the good, to have good work ethic, to have that credibility, intentionality. All of that takes you literally every day setting time aside and moving forward and being disciplined and how you structure your day and how you structure your time. Um, it's it allows you to through those tough moments, like when you're not something you can see. Sometimes hard work just isn't enough. And again, if it's hard and you don't want to do it, you fall back on discipline because you know it has to get done, and you've structured yourself in a way that allows you to keep pushing past those moments when you're tired or those moments that allow you to grow resilience, right? Um,
Right.
So I like I said, I think it's of it falls when I hear it under discipline. It keeps you focused. There's many times, especially as a mom with two kids that are 7 and 9, I have many opportunities to be distracted with them. But it's learning what does a disciplined life look like because I have these other obligations, meaning my children. Um, it means getting up earlier than them before they get awake, and then starting things at night when they're asleep and during the day, including them in my discipline. Like I want to have a loving they get older. So even having that as part of a discipline, planning things for them, giving them experiences, um, all kind of encompass the same idea. Just being very disciplined and intentional with how I'm spending my time, and working hard to be a great mother to them, but also working hard to establish my company, my dance company, and making sure that it's growing and making sure that I'm doing all the things to keep it running and moving. Um, it also discipline also creates good habits, which lead to, once again, just structured blueprint, credibility, good work ethic, intentionality, resilience, all of it. Is when you have a disciplined lifestyle, allows you to really fulfill those things that we are talking about that culminate to someone who is a hard worker and who works hard for what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very good. So there you have our toolkit. I would love to hear from some of you, especially you, Jocelyn. What is one of the things that motivates you to work hard? I know you are a hard worker. um, so these are some very, very. I think I think it makes for a good toolkit. What about you, Tanya?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whoops, kind of lost her. Hope she'll be right back. But for those of you who were not here for the entire time, we are talking about what motivates you to work hard. I know some people work harder than others, but I think when you really, really enjoy what you do, you love what you do, it's something that you have maybe trained for, gone to school for, something of that nature that you really, 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 that you really get into it. So um, it is really, I think, something that we probably don't consciously think about all the time, but those who are really going after, let's say, that career, you just not out there working. So you got to work hard for that career because everybody wants to go up. But when you go up, you want to go up for the right reasons, the right way, because you want to stay once you get up there.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. It leads to a very disciplined lifestyle to accomplish the goals that you have for yourself. Absolutely.
Good. All right. Let's wait to see if Jocelyn had anything to put in. Oh, she didn't. Hi, Derek. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. So this has been a great, great discussion. As we close, get ready to close, is there anything else that you thought about that you would like to share as far as working hard? What motivates you to work hard, Tanya?
Um, for me, it's personal. It's about knowing some things that I want to accomplish when my time is up on this earth, and not having regrets. And so if I'm just willing to put in the time and effort to accomplish it, knowing that it's not going to be easy, knowing that I may be paving a new way for myself, for people to come behind me. But at the same time, I feel like if I dreamed it, it's worth it to do the work. So pretty much.
Excellent. So thank you all again for tuning in. Of course, we will be here uh, Tuesday, March 4th. I can't believe it's March already. Well, we will be here Tuesday, March 4th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Blueprint for Success. And our guest is going to be Nikita, we call her Nikki, Brian Ellis from Dallas, Texas. And our host is going to be Jocelyn Charles. So we're going to have an awesome, awesome time on Tuesday. The topic is simply ABC. So please try to join us again at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Central Time. And I guarantee you will love the topic and the information that we will be sharing on Tuesday. So again, please make sure that you not don't just join me on Facebook, but that you follow me on Facebook so that you can get notification on the bit notification bell so you can be notified when we come on. So you can get all of the little tidbits that we give out because we try to provide information that's going to help our young men as well as encourage our single mothers with sons. So you got to be on here to get that information as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith on YouTube. Please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I appreciate it. Things are always changing, but I want to make sure that you're able to get us. We're here consistently Mondays, Tuesdays, and second and third Saturdays. And so we want to make sure that you are here. So again, Tonya, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for allowing me. Thank you so much for inviting.
You're welcome. Everybody, thank you so much. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. Guess what? Our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. I'll be looking for you on Tuesday. Bye bye.